back to my channel. This is Auntie Z, and if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and join the Supa family. Come on, join the Supa family. Welcome back to my cooking class, guys. So my sister blogger K1 Mildred of k1blog.com made this epic plantain puff puff last year and posted it in a food group, and I'm telling you, the moment I saw it, I knew I had to make this recipe, because you guys know that my love for plantain is from now till eternity. From my epic plantain cake recipe to my plantain bread and the epic dodo song, plantain has got me going gaga. So if you're not following K1 Mildred already, please go right now and search for K Cooks Island on YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Also subscribe to her website k1blogs.com, and don't forget to follow her on Facebook as well, because she shares delicious African recipes weekly. Alright guys, so in today's cooking class I'm going to use the opportunity to share 3 secrets for making the perfectly rounded, most delicious puff puff using K1 Mildred's recipe. Alright guys, enough of the talking. I'm going to show you the ingredients and then we can begin the process. For this recipe, you need 3 extremely ripe plantains, 3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 wet yeast cubes or 2 teaspoons of dry yeast or 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 2 tablespoons of vanilla extract or 4 tablespoons of vanilla sugar, a pinch of sea salt, 250 milliliters of water, and of course, about 1.5 or 2 liters of oil for deep frying. So the first thing we are going to do is peel our overripe plantains and remove all of the skin. You want to make sure that your plantains are really black on the outside, because very ripe plantains are necessary to add that sweetness in the puff puff. So we're actually using sweet ripe plantains in the place of sugar. Now cut your plantains into large chunks like this. Then go ahead and add the chunks into your blender. We want to blend this into a very smooth paste. At this stage, I like to just add in my pinch of salt with the plantains so that it blends all harmoniously. I'm going to go ahead and add in a few drops of water for grinding. Now blend, baby, blend. Now in a bowl, add in 250 milliliters of fairly hot water. By hot, I mean about 50 degrees. Add in your dry or wet yeast into the hot water. This is going to activate the yeast. Give that a good stir until all the yeast has dissolved. Now you can use dry yeast as well, as I mentioned from the beginning. Or the pro tip from K1 Mildred, she said you can use baking powder. That is going to speed up the process, so you do not have to wait for your puff puff to rise. But I like the taste of yeast in my puff puff, so I'm just going to go the old-fashioned way. And then I'm going to have to be patient and wait. So mix that all up properly until all the yeast has dissolved. Once your yeast has dissolved, add in your vanilla, give that a good whirl, and set this aside. Now in another bowl, add in your flour and make a small hole in the middle just like so, and add in your pureed plantains. I'm going to go ahead and mix this up a little bit like this. As it mixes up, I'm going to be adding in my yeast bit by bit. And add in the last drop of water. A good mix until everything is properly mixed together, just like so. Now you want to make sure that your batter is not too thick but not too runny as well. Perfect. Alright guys, that's it. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to use kitchen paper just like this one, transparent. Cover it up like so. Burst some holes in there to allow air to circulate, and then keep it in a warm place so that it can rise. This should take about 20 minutes. So now that our plantain puff puff has completely risen, and you will notice it by the bubbles that you see on top like that, it is time to fry, baby fry. So heat some oil in a pot like this until the oil is very hot, and then steep your hands in lukewarm water so that the puff puff doesn't stick. Alright guys, now that our plantain puff puff has completely risen, I want to share with you 3 tips on how to obtain perfectly rounded puff puff. Tip number 1 is to heat the oil until the oil is hot but not too hot. Now tip number 2, make sure that you soak your hands in lukewarm water. This is going to avoid the puff puff from sticking. And then you use your thumb and your pointer finger to press that puff puff out like that. See? This is how you're going to obtain perfectly rounded puff puffs. Oh my goodness, this is absolutely delicious already. Alright guys, as you're frying, you may see that the oil is a little bit too hot. You want to reduce that to medium heat. We do not want to have burned plantain puff puff. Tip number 3, you want to make sure that you do not fry so much at a time, because frying so much at a time is going to make the puff puff stick together and press against each other, and that is why your puff puff is likely not going to be perfectly round. This is plantain puff puff, guys. Doesn't this look delicious? We're going to be serving this with a side of hot African pepper. Let's go ahead and give this a taste. Look at that. Amazing. The smell is heavenly. So let's go ahead and give this a taste. Oh my goodness. That dodoi feeling is right here. It's crunchy on the outside, soft and juicy and dodoi on the inside. This right here, guys, is wickedly delicious. So if you're on a weight loss diet, you want to make sure that your portion controls this really well. 1/4 of your plate should be your puff puff and nothing more. And then you flush it down with my signature zobonade. Oh my goodness. If this is what heaven feels like, I don't want to miss it. Delicious. I just want to give a big shout out to my sister blogger K1 Mildred for giving us this creative recipe. Sis, mwah, you're a blessing. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share it. Don't forget to hop over to K's Cook Island and subscribe as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you guys in my next video. Bye! Mwah!